With Prince Andrew now out of a job, the Duchess of York is the only breadwinner left at Royal Lodge, the mansion they share at Windsor. Fergie has, however, been forced to pull the plug on her latest venture, I hear. She has closed down Rumple Water, which the enterprising former daughter-in-law of the Queen planned as a water cleansing company focused on overseas operations. "It's just one of those things," one of Sarah's friends tells me. She launched it at the worst possible time because of COVID. But, don't worry, she has plenty more ideas. The Duchess, 62, created the company in 2020 but was hit just 3 weeks later by the resignations of her sons-in-law, Edoardo Mopelli-Mozzi and Jack Brooksbank, as directors. A spokesman explained at the time, both sons-in-law were going to get involved but then realized they didn't have enough time to commit to it, so they resigned. Brooksbank usually prefers alcoholic drinks, as a brand ambassador for Casamigos, a tequila company co-founded by George Clooney, while Mopelli-Mozzi heads a highly successful property and design company. Fergie has loyally stood by her disgraced ex-husband, even after he spent a reported £12 million paying off his sexual assault accuser. Her business career has, though, been a roller coaster ride. In the mid-1990s, she cleared debts of £4 million, courtesy of an ITV adaptation of her children's stories about Budgie the Little Helicopter. And in 2020, it emerged that Gate Ventures, the theatre investment company of which she was a director, would have debts of £10. 3 million even after recovering all money owed to it. But she bounced back by forging a commercial partnership with Montegrappa, an Italian manufacturer of luxury goods. The Duchess' spokesman confirms Rumple's closure, telling me, "It was set up as a consultancy business but never started trading because of COVID." Advantage Emma, she's the new face of Porsche. How does Emma Raducanu still find time to play tennis? The 19-year-old U.S. Open champion has just signed yet another highly lucrative commercial deal, this time as a brand ambassador for Porsche. "Porsche is one of the brands I've always loved from a young age," gushes Emma, who posed in a white 911 GT3, which costs £150,000. She passed her driving test 2 days before the first lockdown. The player from Bromley, South London, whose parents both work in finance, recently signed a £3 million deal with Vodafone to go alongside collaborations with Nike, Evian, British Airways, Dior, Wilson and Jewelers Tiffany. She even appeared in JD Sports' Christmas advert. Beijing Berry's £2,000 freebie to Costa Rica, nicknamed Beijing Berry after accepting more than £500,000 in donations for staffing costs from a woman MI5 believed to be a Chinese spy. Labour MP Barry Gardner has been quietly enjoying hospitality in a different corner of the globe. "I can disclose that Jeremy Corbyn's ally has just returned from a 10-day trip to Costa Rica, worth more than £2,000, paid for by an environmental group." Happily, it wasn't all work for Gardner, as the conference lasted only 5 days. Taking advantage of a more relaxed dress code than at the House of Commons, the 65-year-old firebrand donned this garish shirt that made him look like an extra from the Wham! Video Club Tropicana. Drinks at Club Tropicana are, of course, free. I still do. Comic Vic and Nancy to renew vows. People claimed their marriage would never last, but Nancy Sorrell tells me she and comedian Vic Reeves have set a date to mark 2 decades together, by saying "I do" for the second time. We had our honeymoon in the Mauritius, so we talked about going back there in January for our anniversary and to renew our wedding vows," the model, 47, says at the Mayfair launch party for Shiva Mashira's book The Cupid Index. 20 years is a really important milestone. She met Reeves, 63, on TV show I Love 1991, which he presented with his comedy partner Bob Mortimer. Why Fabricant is sticking up for nude dating app snaps. Eccentric Tory MP Michael Fabricant, known for his luxuriantly coiffed locks, says that sending racy photos on dating apps should not be outlawed. "There clearly needs to be an exemption for dating apps," he says, referring to proposals to criminalize cyber flashing in the online safety bill. The legal principle volenti non fit injuria, to a willing person, it is not a wrong, certainly applies. Or should. Fabricant, 71, describes West Midlands Mayor Andy Street, 58, as his life partner. Street is the former boss of John Lewis. Never knowingly underclothed, Oxbridge's efforts to attract schoolchildren from less affluent backgrounds seem to have a long way to go. I hear a student rep at Sydney Sussex College, Cambridge, has been fired after his chum described a prospective pupil as a filthy state school muggle in a group chat. The rep, who was tasked with liaising with freshers-to-be, was sacked for readmitting his friend to the group after had been removed for his comments. Strictly Come Dancing's former head judge Arlene Phillips is choreographing her own home improvements with plans for a matching roof to keep up with the Joneses next door. The 78-year-old has applied for a new lid for her semi-detached pad in Camden, North London. She wants to pair up with her neighbour by using the same new handmade tiles, lead flashings, new battens and vapour barriers. Phillips also wants to replace the gutters and fascias, and planners at Camden Council are expected to make a decision next month. Let's hope they give her 10 out of 10.